April 2nd, 2022. Welcome to CBS Saturday Morning.
And Final Four. Here in New Orleans, the stage is set for tonight's games that will determine who plays for the men's national title.
Not to come, but it's like the biggest game ever. So we had to be.
And I don't know if you guys are aware, but we're on the air at breakfast time. So here in New Orleans, we will hit up a staple in the Crescent City. We had to go here. Coffee and beignets from Cafe du Monde. It's a place that has stood for 160 years, and we're going to talk with the man whose family has been running it and get a lesson on how to make these pillows of deliciousness. Oops, that and so much more is all ahead.
All right, Dana, thanks. Welcome to CBS Saturday Morning. I'm Jeff Glor with Michelle Miller. Dana Jacobson is in New Orleans covering the Final Four. She will rejoin us in just a few minutes. Coming up this hour, she has brought her dishes may be breathtaking, but you're actually supposed to hold your breath before taking a bite. Is that true?
Yes.
That is true.
You will inhale the sugar.
At this world-famous New Orleans treat, find out why as we take you to the legendary Cafe du Monde on the dish. That is ahead.
But first, and as we get ready for the Grammys, we'll jazz things up in New Orleans, home of this weekend's Final Four. Along with music, it's a city known for food, including one fried, sugar-coated wonder that may be the city's must-try treat. We will get a taste next on the dish.
And next week on CBS 7.
It's a must-try food on any visit to New Orleans, and it's a busy place this Final Four weekend. A visit to the world-famous Cafe du Monde coming up on the dish.
Way down south in New Orleans. If you're not from New Orleans.
Here at the Final Four, there is probably one thing that every fan, whether a Jayhawk, Wildcat, Blue Devil, or Tar Heel, can agree upon. A trip to New Orleans is not complete without a stop at Cafe du Monde. French for Cafe of the World, it has become just that. Known globally for its coffee and beignets, which are square French-style donuts served in powdered sugar. Still housed in the heart of the French Quarter where it was established in 1862, Cafe du Monde has also been a family affair since the 1940s when the Fernandez family purchased the restaurant. I caught up with Jay Roman, part of the family's third generation, now savoring the flavor their family helps bring to New Orleans. It's the New Orleans party, open to all. Cafe du Monde. Its green and white awning on Decatur Street, as famous as its lines.
This lady would like an order of beignets. Can you take care of her for me?
Thank you. Which are always worth the wait.
Come on down this way.
I don't think this beignet is going to make it to the table.
That's all right. That's why I give you 3. You have 2 more to go when we get there.
2 more pieces of pastry and powdered sugar perfection. Cafe du Monde's signature beignets. Do you know how many calories are in one?
I don't think we don't count calories in New Orleans. That's we are a food city and calories don't count. We check them at the border.
I like that. True or not, the beignets are a French Quarter staple, made and served fresh. The recipe basics: rolled dough, cut into squares, tossed into the fryer by hand, then coated in the white stuff. Is there a way to make the perfect beignet?
The biggest thing is when you roll it out and then put it in the oil, you want to make sure the oil is hot enough because that's what's going to get it to puff up.
And the secret to keeping the powdered sugar, at least until I dump it all over myself, basically, on the beignet is just when they're hot?
When they're hot, you put it on, and if you can sift it, to do something to get it on a smooth coat. And then when you're biting the beignet, is don't breathe in or breathe out. It's just kind of hold your breath and go for it. Yep, there goes the sugar.
How do you not love that? Oh my God. I know I look ridiculous right now.
No, not at all. We like that look.
Oh. After a few more bites,
kind of use your fingers a little bit to separate them.
I tried my hands at making some.
And
try to keep the shape. And found it's not as easy as it looks.
Put it in, but don't put it in with too much force. The oil is very hot. Close it, and then we just give it a little push.
You got me so afraid of that oil.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's what I want everybody afraid of, that oil.
I missed my first free throw. I can do it on the second.
That's okay. You'll do better.
Yeah, you did. I think I was a little afraid. All right, so this. Oh my gosh.
Very close.
Or the third. But now I understand why they're all
there. You go. Perfect. You'll get everything you need.
Jay Roman has been surrounded by beignets his entire life. His grandfather, Hubert Fernandez, bought Café du Monde in 1942. It's been their family legacy ever since.
I have a 15-month-old granddaughter who is getting ready to eat her first beignet. Her mom is, making her grow a couple more teeth before she lets her get them, but she will be taking her first bite of a beignet shortly.
I'm thinking about you as a young kid running around with powdered sugar all over you. This had to be a dream come true.
It was perfect. We enjoyed, it was okay until you get to the old enough, and then they made you sweep the floor.
But even working had its benefits.
My daughter graduated from Tulane just a few years ago.
In an industry known for keeping those in it away from family, at Café du Monde, they continue to be surrounded by it.
I got to go to work with Dad, or I got to go to work with my uncles. It was something I looked forward to doing. So I always tried when my kids were growing up to not tell them this is what they were going to do. Let them see for themselves it is something they wanted.
And now?
Now they do. I had 2 children. Both of them are working in the business and doing well with it.
The family isn't the only thing intertwined with Café du Monde. So is New Orleans itself.
People talk about New Orleans as the gumbo pot. We're a mixture of a whole lot of things, and we're just very proud to be one of the ingredients in that pot.
With a history that dates back to 1862, it's no wonder that's when Café du Monde began as a coffee stand in what's now the French Market. The chicory coffee it served, the same you get today.
Chicory is the root of the endive, which is a lettuce, and that is roasted and ground and mixed with the coffee. The original settlers to New Orleans had very short supplies. The trick they used to stretch their supplies was to add the endive to the coffee. It develops its own taste, and the taste stuck.
Why did your grandfather decide that he had to buy Café du Monde?
He just sat across the street. Again, you got to remember, 1942. This wasn't there wasn't a lot of tourism in New Orleans in 1942, but he just had a vision.
From coffee stand to cafe to 10 locations around New Orleans. There's even merchandise and shipping nationwide. But when in the Crescent City, the original Decatur Street location is the must-visit spot, not only for tourists.
One of the times Bill Clinton was here in New Orleans and he was getting ready to leave, driving my kids to school, and they were on the radio saying he's late, but he must be going for beignets at Café du Monde. And with that, my cell phone rang, and it was my guy downtown saying the Secret Service is here.
Even with the celebrity status and the growth, Café du Monde remains true to its roots.
We have one food product, the beignets, that's it.
It's a really good food
Well,
product.
we hope so, but I mean, it is our only food product. The cafe lait is with milk. The beverages, for a number of years when I was growing up, we had coffee and we had cold milk. And then over the years, we've expanded a little bit. People have developed taste for iced coffee and frozen coffee, but still, it's a very simple menu.
Is it tempting in what this world has become in food to get the gluten-free beignet or the no sugar added?
You get people with requests all the time for the gluten-free, and can you sell sandwiches, and can you do this, and can you do that? Why? I mean, when you do something well and you continue to do it and people seem to enjoy it, we just stick with what you do best, I think.
Café du Monde does that 24/7, 364, with the original location only scheduled to be closed Christmas Day. And while the doors have been shut by hurricanes like Katrina, and more recently with the pandemic, Roman says opening them back up is also a part of that family tradition. Looking at this and having all these people enjoy them, some for the first time, does that ever get old?
No, it never gets old. It makes it worth getting up every morning to see all the happy faces, the young children eating their first beignet, and it makes it all worthwhile.
First or 50th, I don't know which one I'm on. You guys have your beignets, I have mine. I did ask how much powdered sugar they go through in a week, and you said a couple tons. A couple tons! But
Wow.
they're so good. They are so good.
The only thing that's changed in all those years, Dana, is the price. I remember when a beignet or 3 beignets were $1 and a cup of coffee was $1, and now I'm sure it's well over that.
This coffee is fantastic.
You know what? I don't remember actually. But they're delicious. They're so good. I don't think they're actually that expensive, Michelle, honestly.
It's like $2 or $3 now. But and the lines are outrageous now. I'm sorry, guys.
Right, but worth it. So worth it.
So good. Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
Now is it look? It's time for the weather for your weekend, folks. Great job out there, Dana.
Great job, Dana. We'll leave you now.